What's up, vegan bellers? I have some potatoes in the oven, so I'm going to try to knock this out quickly before that buzzer goes off. I'm going to talk to you really quickly about nutrition. This is going to be a short and sweet and to the point overview. Hopefully, if I stay on topic, I'll actually get that done. So where to start? Okay, let's talk about it. Nutrition is a science that studies basically what you eat and the impact it has on your body. As human beings, we are essentially complex organic machines, and we need fuel just as any other machine does in order to run. Our fuel comes in the form of food. We measure that food in terms of calories, and those calories are broken down from sources such as carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Now, almost all of your food is composed of these three things, although some things are naturally absent fat. And animal products in particular are naturally absent carbohydrates, especially flesh. Breaking this down, why does this matter? Well, they're broken down in terms of their organic structure. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats all have very specific organic structures that identifies them. But without getting into that too deeply, what we want to focus on is the amount of energy that they each give us. So a carbohydrate gives us 4 calories per gram, a protein gives us 4 calories per gram, and fat gives us 10 calories per gram. So how does this impact us? Well, we have what's called a basal metabolic rate, which is the base amount of calories that we need in order to survive, sustain our very existence, and then we need additional calories on top of that that impact our energy, our activity. If we're particularly active, we're going to need more calories. If we're not very active, we don't need as many. So if your basal metabolic rate is about 1,500 calories a day, this is just bare minimum that you need to maintain your body's functions. And then you're active, you might need 3,000 calories a day. You might need 2,000 calories a day. Depends on also your size, how big you are, how small you are, what your frame is, how much muscle mass you have. Moving forward from there, if we consume things like animal products, we're going to get a lot of protein, we're going to get a lot of fat, we're going to get very little carbohydrates. What does this mean? That it means per gram we're going to get a lot more protein, we're going to get a lot more fat. So we're going to end up with a lot more calories per gram. Whereas if we eat carbohydrates, these are much more calorically dilute and fiber rich. So we fill up faster with fewer calories and have a more satiating experience with the food that we've eaten. Carbohydrate rich foods, plant foods, also have a lot of vitamins and minerals that we need that are absent in a lot of animal products. Also, you have to realize that in the package that we're eating, because food is a package, it's not just an abstract thing, we're not just eating carbohydrates or proteins or fats, we're eating food. In the package of animal products, particularly animal flesh, we have endotoxins, cholesterol, saturated fat, trans fat, all these things that are directly linked to heart disease, cancer, diabetes, strokes, Alzheimer's, and some of the remaining 15 of the top 16 causes of death. So, taking that aback, we look at carbohydrate-rich foods, which are plants, which do not have any of this saturated fat, cholesterol, trans fats, or endotoxins that cause inflammation or other dangerous side effects to consuming the food. Now you may say, well, we've survived for years eating meat. Yes, this is true, but the problems that are associated with consuming animal-rich diets do not impact us until we are beyond the age of procreation, typically in our 50s, 60s, and so on. So they're not evolutionarily limiting, if I can get that out. But I'm getting off topic here, so I will digress back to the original concept here, which was nutrition in general. You're going to get a much more nutrient-rich, by nutrient-rich I mean specifically vitamins and minerals, healthy things for you, and fiber, diet when you consume plants as opposed to animal products, when you consume starches in particular. So rice, beans, corn, potatoes, grains, these things are much healthier for you because not only do they give you the energy and sustenance you need, but you're also going to get the vitamins and minerals that you also need. There's a lot more that goes into this in the way your body breaks down and processes the things you eat. Now, the amount of protein that you need, because we get a lot of objections about, well, how much protein are you eating? You really only need between 40 and 60 grams. That's actually my alarm, so hopefully I can wrap this up in the next couple seconds. 40 and 60 grams of protein a day, because protein is just used to reconstruct damaged cells. If you don't have any particular damage in your cells, it's not that big a deal. So you want to make sure you're eating a diet rich in nutrient-rich foods, such as plants. And before I burn my food, let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you like this content, share it, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Mm. It's turned out really well, by the way. In case you're curious. They're really good.